Hey folks, it's Jim. Just wanted to do another review on the GeoSpring. I found out more information. I think you might find this interesting. I just wanted to show the face since I didn't show the heater at all. GeoSpring up there, obviously. But if you notice the control panel, I'll put this on so you can see it will light up. It's telling you your temperature and all that. If you notice up here, the LED is on. I have it in heat pump mode, okay, by that LED. It also has hybrid mode, which means you use the heat pump and the elements when you have higher demand. Now, extremely high demand, you can go in high demand mode, or you can go in pure electric mode should your heat pump fail or something like that. But also vacation mode is really interesting. I wanted to show that. If you go into vacation mode, you can set up here the number of days that you're going on vacation, and it will show up there, which is really cool. And you got power saver mode. This it'll tell you when you're when you need to clean your filter. It will come up with a code up there. It'll tell you if your condensation port is thing. This is also a communication port that you can purchase from GE. I don't really want it unless it was going to show me my power usage. Over here, I wanted to show you this. It has nice little explanations of everything on it. You know, pretty easy to read, you know. It'll tell you what everything does and all that. But I wanted to show down in here, see that elbow, that style of elbow? I recommend getting that. That's for me. That's what I did, because if you'll notice where that union is right there, hand tighten that union. Since there's no pressure here, it's just draining. And that makes it easy for me. Should I have to clean that port at all, I can just unscrew that right there and easily clean the heat pump condensation drain port. Which some people have had problems with. I think this union will help reduce those problems. The problem is that people are using the wrong elbows, and what's that's doing is causing a backup because they're creating ridges inside that drain. If you notice, that drops straight off from the out port. So this is what I recommend. I think that will save you the problem. I'm in a tight space here because I needed it inside my house, being in Maine. I really didn't have a choice. You can't put things outside in Maine, especially with water. But anyway, I'm going to cover up the camera lens, and I'm going to move us into where I cut in the exhaust port, because this does, remember, exhaust cold air. It's taking the hot air out of the ambient room temperature, and it's putting it into the tank. That's how these work. Now, this is in my dog's room. That's why the walls are blue. When I bought this house, this was a child's room, so they painted it blue, but it was one of the smaller rooms, so I went ahead and I put the water heater in my master bedroom closet, which gives me for my showers. There's the shortest travel distance to my shower head, which makes this even more efficient for me. And then this, by ducting this into my dog's room, which the water heater's right on the other side of this wall, and my shower's right over there. So basically the water heater's right there and my shower's right there, about 9 inches, 12 inches away from the actual water heater. Isn't that fantastic? So think these things through, and if you're doing new construction, really think this stuff through. But this vent also cools my dog's room in the summer and dehumidifies it. So he has a better quality of life in this room, and I don't have to run an air conditioner, you know what I mean, in his sleeping area. Obviously he travels the house and all that, but where he eats and drinks, he's an English Mastiff, so when he eats and drinks, there's some drool. So his room has rubber floors and everything, and this is my utility room also. So I didn't just, it's not just the dog's room, I use it for a utility room also. But I cut a hole into the wall, it vents it out, cools the dog's room, saves me money there. I don't have to cool his room. He's got a nice comfortable space. It only runs for about an hour a day. For me, it's running 2 cycles, 1 hour at a time. Now, further update on that. The update I wanted to give was, yes, I was right, but I said 500 watts in my other video. It's 550 watts is what the heat pump runs at. So think about your annual savings and why it's so efficient. It's about, for me, about 1,100 watts a day, since it's cycling twice a day at 550 watts per hour running for 1 hour. Therefore, that's 1100 watts a day, 1.1 kilowatts, folks. My refrigerator draws 1 kilowatt a day, and it's hyper efficient for a refrigerator. So I am absolutely really blown away about this. Now, at times it'll run for an hour and a half. So I'm thinking on average it's about 1500 watts a day, 1.5 kilowatts as I had previously estimated. That's pretty much correct for me. That to me is phenomenal. My refrigerator pulls 1 kilowatt a day. My water heater now pulls 1.5 kilowatts. That is absolutely amazing to me. Okay, so if you watched my first video, those estimates were pretty close. They were within 10% of reality. So this is phenomenal. But another point I wanted to make, I looked at cross sections of the heater. Apparently the heat exchanger is on the outside of the stainless steel portion of the tank, which means that you're not going to get residue buildup and calcifications built up on your element, the exchange elements, okay, portion of this tank, which means the efficiencies won't drop off as it does with electric elements that are inside the tank, getting all the debris and the calcification from the water. Isn't that phenomenal? So I think long term the efficiency of this will probably remain higher than the efficiency of the electric hot water heater elements even. So that's another added bonus. Plus it's not going to be subject to corrosion and other things. If this is correct that the actual exchange portion is on the outside of the tank and transfers the heat through the stainless steel wall into the tank. That is fantastic if that is the case. But anyway, I just wanted to share this update. Apparently on my first video I was pretty correct. So I just wanted to let you know that. There's the communication module port there. You can get that if you want to do that. It doesn't really show power stats, which is all I'm concerned with. So I'm going to put my own meter in line with this so that I can observe its power consumption. And when I do that, I will definitely do an updated video so that you can watch this thing in action consume power, which that's what I love. I love the mathematics of energy and all of that. It's just my hobby. So some of you may be completely bored with all of this, but I just wanted to share. Watch my previous video about how we can combine solar with all of this and the advantages I believe that this is providing. At 550 watts, I really do think the solar is doable. So I just wanted to share that. If you don't own one of these and you are an electric water heater user, I strongly recommend you try it, especially if your state is offering rebates on it, as mine is. It's really, to me, is a no-brainer. It's a product or an appliance that pays for itself. Anytime we get that, folks, as an economist type person, we must do these things. Anytime something pays for itself, to me, it's a no-brainer and it's a must-do for me. And especially with a 10-year warranty, parts and labor for $80. That's all I had to pay for that from GE. That's fantastic. That means if this compressor fails, I don't have to fix it either. Right? So I'm completely jazzed with this. It is just absolutely amazing. So I hope this review has been a little more helpful. Remember the vent, you're going to have to do that. Remember the elbow off the condensation port. I showed you the example of that. Go to your Home Depot or Lowe's. Show them or tell them, you know, hey, this is what I would like for that port. Because the guys at Lowe's actually gave me the wrong part. Obviously it wasn't the person, but I asked them to get it while I was up paying for the water heater, and I wound up with the wrong part. So make sure that you examine this stuff and do it for yourself. Anyway, experience, strength, and hope. Jim out.